Tails it is.
And tails it is. Well done, Waka. Big game for you today.
Yes, of course. It is a big game, of course. It's a decider for us. We got to get into 2-1 today.
Yes, and your changes in your team?
We got 2 changes. Wasim Akram, unfortunately, got hit the other day, got sore thumb, and we got Faisal in for him, and then we got Rashid Latif resting today. He's got a sore knee for him. We got Kamran Akmal, the youngster.
New wicket keeper, give him a chance.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's played really well in Zimbabwe, and hoping to do the job for us today.
And how do you see the pitch?
It looks a pretty good pitch. Looks pretty flat. Hopefully get some runs on the board and put some pressure.
Good luck today.
Thanks very much.
Good luck. Shaun, would you have done the same?
Yeah, I probably would have, but I suppose the one bonus is there's a lot of cloud cover, so it might swing around a little bit, and any movement that there is obviously going to happen in the first hour, so we might get a bit of benefit from it, but ideally I think you probably want to bat first.
And your team today?
Yeah, we've got 2 changes. Gary's back in the fold, giving him a go, and then Robbie Peterson comes in as a spinner in place of Andrew Hall.
It's always better to be 1 up than 1 down at this stage.
It is for sure, but after today we'd like to be 2 up and have the series won, so we're really up for this game and we want to play well.
Pollock will start. Playing him straight away. On the spot from ball 1. Boucher's got a hand in it. I think there was bad. It's a good effort from Boucher. Certainly saved a 4 and a catch maybe.
And here we'll see it. Did very well to get there, just on his fingertips.
Well, you think he didn't hit it? I think he did. Just have a look. Now you hear the sound. Yeah, double noise. Boucher thought he hit it. That's cut away. That should be 4. That'll be the first boundary of the match. Short delivery from Makhaya and Ntini.
Well over it. Wonderful shot. Slap bang in the gap. With the change in field placing, it wasn't a good delivery.
And that's cut away again. That could be another boundary. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, if it hasn't gone for boundary, that's great fielding. Well, I think they'll have a look. Pakistan now 18 for no loss. Was it his thumb? Around the base of the thumb? I think he got hit there when batting. That's pulled away. That's a good shot. That should just bounce away once. Go for 4. Now to hook it, Makhaya and Ntini. You've got to play well.
A lovely bit of cricket. Square leg put out there from the offside. Got a hint it's going to be short. Up to the challenge. And Cameron not putting his head away a little bit, but hitting that ball sweetly in front of square leg. Superb cricket.
Well, will Makhaya and Ntini test him again? Outside edge, there's no second slip. That'll run away for 4. This is another good over for Pakistan. A 36 for no loss. 8 overs bowled now.
Good shot, very good shot indeed. The outfield is not the biggest you've seen. The ropes are in some distance from the boundary, and 4 runs.
Yes, those of you who watched at Port Elizabeth saw Elahi play a lot like this. He tended to walk across the wicket. Here he goes to off stump. That ball's about off stump and he whips it through square leg. Very, very effective one-day batting technique.
Cries of catcher, but that's disappeared. 4 more runs.
Well, Elahi looked a little bit like he was prepared to bide his time here this morning, but in the last over or so, he's just come alive. This one, just a little bit of length that he worked with there, flashed away and always going to be safe and 4.
That's through. Over the top, 4 runs. Very, very good shot in the end. And 6 runs from the over. 50 up for Pakistan. 50 for no loss.
Just a little bit too much length for him to work with. You saw him do a lot of this in Port Elizabeth, Elahi.
Got it. Bowled it. Very good stuff from Makhaya and Ntini. That's broken the partnership. And it's also upset the stumps.
Well, Ntini really has been probing in that area. There's been lots of in-swing, beautiful proud seam. It had to swing in. Feet have never really been there from Mr. Akram.
That's a big shot. That's out. Well, I thought it might have been going down leg initially, but Jerling, the umpire, doesn't think so.
Abdul Razak caught at the crease. No footwork, none so ever. Likes a bit of room outside the off stump, there is no doubt about it, Abdul Razak. But on that occasion, the ball was straighter. And there was a bit of sound when the ball left the bat. And that's where Abdul Razak was so surprised. If there was no bat involved, surely the ball was going on to hit the leg stump. But nevertheless, Abdul Razak is on the way, and the Pakistanis, they have lost their second wicket for just 65 runs on the board.
There's a big shot there. Well, he's given him. Jacques Kallis has swung the ball in, and he's hit him in front.
And 2 wickets in 2 over. That's a good comeback. And Salim Elahi, I think he was out. And on that occasion, the umpire, Neil Melender, getting it right. For a change?
Yeah, I think he got that right. It didn't bounce very much. It was dead straight. So Elahi is a big wicket. 26 he had. Pakistan now 67 for 3.
Slash to that one. Alan Donald's going to have to dive again. He does, but doesn't stop the ball. Couldn't quite get there.
Up and wide and just having a real heave-ho.
Worked away leg side. Good solid hit from Inzamam. He's going to be able to come back quite comfortably for the second. So that's another solid over for Pakistan. Brings up the 100 as well. 100 for 3. That's away. That's 4 runs. That's a very good shot. Plenty of time from Inzamam.
That really is a magnificent shot. Just no stress, no hurry. Just watch this. Short, comes back and just paddles it across. No problem at all. It's through the line. Wonderful timing. What a wonderful player.
That's past Rhodes, just. Inzamam turns eventually and comes back for the second. So that's good running from the big fella. Puts a different sweeping on the offside. Also brings up the 50-run stand between these two.
A very fine 50 partnership, this. And they're just starting to step up the gears a bit. Just starting to move forward. 51 runs of 74 balls when the game was tight. So it was well played and well consolidated.
Oh, it's straight down the ground. Nobody's going to stop that, I fear. Too full, and it paid the price.
It's a great shot. Delivery was full, angling into middle and leg. Sufiana's very strong off his pads. Hit that quite beautifully. His timing was superb, and Lance Klusner is expensive.
Yes, it's that type of wicket, isn't it, Kepler, where if you're very in length at all, you're going to pay the price.
As well.
That's going to be close. It's out. Yes, it is. It just had a straighten. Umpire Jerling figures it did, and Robin Peterson strikes. Fantastic for South Africa.
It's a big wicket for South Africa. Inzamam is the key player in the Pakistani middle order. He tried to play across that one, tried to force it on the leg side. And Robin Peterson, he'll be delighted. It's a big wicket for him. Another look at it. He tries to work that through the onside. No doubt about that. Hit him on the back leg, straight in front of the middle stump. And umpire Jerling, for the second time this morning, has no doubt.
Well, that's the end of Inzamam ul Haq. LBW Peterson for 34. 47 balls. Very, very big wicket for South Africa. Such a explosive type batsman. South Africans will be delighted to see the back of that man. That one's got width. It's going to be a big chase. Nobody will stop it, though.
Poor delivery, short and wide. Lance Loser battling with his line and his length, battling with his direction as well. So that's a welcome boundary. A concern for Klusner. Continues to battle with the ball.
That one's got width. It's going to be a big chase. Nobody will stop it, though.
Poor delivery, short and wide. Lance Loser battling with his line and his length, battling with his direction as well. So that's a welcome boundary. A concern for Klusner. Continues to battle with the ball.
It's that one ball shot down to third man. Very little can stop that flow of runs. That brings the Pakistanis 150 up. Oh, then he's scamper. Direct hit, I think, would have brought the third umpire into play.
Always dangerous to run anywhere near Jonty Rhodes. This time was no exception. Jonty pounced on it. Throw perhaps not as good as he would have liked. Bit of hesitation there. Jonty's in pretty quickly. Directly, and he was miles out. Even a throw at Boucher, which would have enabled him to take the bowls off, would have seen him well short.
Fudge outside off stump, and he's paid the price. That's a good wicket for Makhaya and Ntini now. Well, just at a time they didn't need it, Amir.
It might be blessing in disguise, because the Pakistani team, they're looking for some quick runs. And I thought after Inzamam ul Haq, they would have sent Shahid Afridi. Wasn't the case. And then Yunus Khan, who's got a limited ability as far as taking the tempo up. I was looking to do that, but on that occasion, feet in no way in position, angling the bat too much. And that's where it was going all the way to Mark Boucher, who made no mistake. And the fifth wicket is down. Yunus Khan on the way back. His personal score 20, and Pakistan 166 for 5. For yet another 50. And that's it. Good positive call from Faisal Iqbal. And Yusuf Yohana has completed his 50. What a good knock this has been. When he arrived at the crease, the Pakistani team was in a spot of bother, and it's been appreciated by the crowd here. They have to attack the bowlers meticulously rather than blindly. Good running once again.
Well, I think he could be gone. I think he's chanced his arm once too often, and Bitter Dipanar got a wonderful arm.
But after playing that stroke, Faisal Iqbal had his weight on the back foot, and to shift the momentum on the front leg took a bit of time, and that's where he was late. And it's very unfortunate for Pakistan. He has to go back. It's bye-bye for him.
It was a wonderful throw. Look at that. Straight over the top. You can't ask for better than that. That's what they teach you, and Boucher does a good job. And he's well short, well short. So that's a big wicket for South Africa.
Well, it was the accurate throw in the end, which did Faisal Iqbal.
Well, he's having a better day now. Shahid Afridi, that is a poor stroke. The castle's been knocked out the ground.
Well, that's the way he plays, Shahid Afridi. Doesn't like to hang around. By chancing his arms. Backed away too much. and in the end allowed the ball to go and conquer the castle. Second wicket for Jacques Kallis.
Edged, and brilliant stuff from Mark Boucher. It's on the bounce, but certainly saved a certain four.
Wonderful stop by Bouch here, and just seeing it's getting an outside edge, moving away, diving full length on the bounce. So difficult to take.
And then had the frame of mind to bounce up on his feet and have a shot at the stumps as well. It's great stuff. No. Oh, here's trouble. Jonty Rhodes has got it. If he hits, he's out. He does hit, and he's gone by a mile. That's poor cricket again from Pakistan, but brilliant stuff from Rhodes.
Absolutely wonderful. Every time Jonty hits, you can see the delight. And giving the thumbs up to the batter, who must have said something as he went past. But the fielding really has been superb. Just let's look at this through. Down, Jonty Rhodes onto its inner flash, and just having time to aim, which sometimes is often an undoing. Absolutely magnificent. Can't even see the batter in. Absolutely wonderful.
So the end of a very good knock from Yousuf Johanna, but couldn't have happened at a worse time for Pakistan. He goes for 61. Pakistan 196 for 8. That's fine. That's going to run away for 4. That's much needed by Pakistan. A bounce off the last ball of the Donald over brings up the 200 as well. Donald's not impressed. 202 for 8. That's a good shot. That is a very good shot from Mohammad Yousuf. Wasn't a half volley. He's just smacked it through extra cover for 4.
Well, he'll be well pleased with that. On the up and drove right through the line. Yeah, his feet perhaps weren't exactly where they should be, but just watch that. Oh, beautiful shot the whole way through. Absolutely magnificent. And just what Pakistan needed. Moves them to 208 for 8. And they needed just to give it a little bit of momentum. There he goes. Well down the crease.
Swing leg side. They want to get 2. Lance Klusener's down there. He's not the quickest these days. So Clayton's come down a long, long way. If the throw had been better, he would have been going to the pavilion.
They must have been looking for 2 here. And I think there was 2 in it. Waka, for some reason, hesitated at the end. And they must have communicated as they passed, saying, let's go for 2. He did quite well down there. Just watch this when he gets here. There he hesitates instead of going for it. And really a bit of a shambles in the end.
In the air and dropped. Hit back hard to Shaun Pollock. Would have been a very good catch. A sharp catch had it been taken, but he grasped it. Hit the hands pretty hard.
Yeah, those either stick or they don't they? And let's just have a look at it. Hit it high up on the palm. Struck it well. Just couldn't quite get there. So you see how hard he hit it. Just managed to, oh, just went straight through. In the top of the palm.
Slow ball, beautifully bowled, dragged it on. Very, very slow, that one from Shaun Pollock. 105 k's per hour, and he enjoyed it.
No, very fine delivery. That's our Linda. There he has. He knew he was going to pitch it up, so you're starting to come forward. And most bowlers today have a number of slow deliveries. This is a very slow delivery. You see the bottom edge. Unlucky, dragging it from about 3 feet outside off stump. And a bit of interplay between Shaun and himself.
And knocked out the stump camera. So Clane goes for 6. Pakistan in deep trouble here at 213 for 9. Gone. All over. Straight back to Shaun Pollock. He had a chance of catching one off his own bowling early in the over. This time he's made no mistake. Pakistan all out for 213. Very, very good performance by South Africa. They've come back beautifully in this game.
Yeah, when you look at 160 for 4, you looked at 50 for 0, 213 all out, very acceptable. Here's the full toss. child actor will be so irritated, and extremely well taken by Shaun Pollock. I'm sure just tightened. He was fielding a little bit after that drop catch earlier. Well taken. Happy, relieved, satisfied.
First baller for Shaun Pollock. Pakistan all out for 213.
In off those 50 overs at 4,3 the over. Leg side-ish, and Mr. Gibbs clips it off that toe section to South Africa of the first ball of the run chase.
Ideal start for Herschel Gibbs and South Africa. Not a very good start for the Pakistani. Skipper drifting towards the pads. Easy pickings for Herschel Gibbs. It's just a matter of putting the bat on the ball.
Oh, another Jaffa. What bowling this is. This is what we were talking about. What a pleasure it is to watch great craftsmen at work.
Makhaya Yunus, he's an old fox. Wonking seam, getting the off-cutter going, cutting the batsman into half. Absolutely reach of a delivery.
It's up in the air, but nobody will catch that one. It's cleared the inner. There'll be at least two. Will it go all the way? It does. A welcome boundary for South Africa. South Africa's to 21 now, and pretty good brave stuff to take on one of the fastest bowlers in the world with a half-tracker, but that's his nature, Herschel Gibbs.
He wasn't in control of that particular stroke, but the result is good. He was into a nice position. The pace was a bit awkward for Herschel Gibbs.
That's a straight, beautiful cover drive. Gary Kirsten's been waiting for that. It's been coming out the bat on quite a regular basis. That one finds the gap, and 4 more to the South African total.
The ball arriving at the right area for Gary Kirsten. And look at that stroke. He knew it was there, stood tall, and hit that ball with all the arrogance in the world.
Yes, it was that scrambled seam on purpose this time. Yunus wanted to pitch and leave the left-hander. It pitched and left Makhaya Yunus instead. Beautiful stroke. Gary Kirsten didn't even move.
Gee, that's a good shot. Wow, that is a beauty from Gibbs. Stand and deliver.
Well, the way he hit that, you'd think he was facing a soccer ball.
Through again. Might have just been a half a stop. To come back. Just off it to him.
You don't have to run.
Full shot. That's away. Good shot. Very good stuff. Plenty of time from Kirsten. And he's got it away for another boundary. It's the second boundary of the over.
Well, what makes this even a better shot for Kirsten is that he's managed to change Waka's length on the drives. He waited for that short ball. He just picked it off. You want Jacques Kallis to score runs every match, tests and one days for the whole season.
Down the track. And another very, very good shot. That's gone all the way for 6. Effortless. Absolutely effortless from Herschel Gibbs. Just enough air from Sir Klein for Gibbs to advance just a couple of paces. Didn't try and hit it too hard. And it bounced back off the boarding at the edge of the ground. Lovely shot.
Oh, that's far down the leg side. And it's going to be 4 for Gary Kirsten. A real wide, loose one from Sir Klein. And Gary Kirsten won't miss out on that rubbish.
Like with all quality players, even if it is a poor ball, it has to be put away. And here we see it drifting way down leg. beautifully swept, fine where that gap is. Looks at it, hits it absolutely perfectly. That angle down, so no chance of it going in the air. Wonderful shot.
Whipped off it. Oh, and a chance. Goodness me. Well, that look tells it all.
Didn't quite have control of that, Gary Kirsten, did he? Didn't just seem to come through with the bat, as we'll see here. Just watch him, just came through, and there should really have been taken. A relatively straightforward catch in modern cricket. And Shaib will certainly be very disappointed with that.
Yes, Akhtar had a good old long look at it. Kirsten sweeps, and the man on the boundary needs to do a lot of running. Beautifully picked up, Abdul Razak it is. Wonderful athletic fielding. This is live. And that's Gary Kirsten, as exciting as he gets. Beautiful stroke, straight through extra cover, 4 more.
Wonderful shot. I mean, the Pakistanis now know to have any chance, they've got to get wickets. So they can't just defend. And so Razak put everything into this, just left a little short, and Gary Kirsten just hit through the line. It's a very fine shot off the back foot when you get it through extra cover, and that's a perfect example of it.
It's the no ball, I'm afraid, and it's no ball. Is it going to go for 4 as well? Yes, insult to injury.
Sure, God, that looked, unless he got a nick, that looked dead. Kept a little bit low, one of the few that seemed to. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. There it is. I mean, that looks gone in my book.
Of Kirsten Gibbs, and has worked beautifully so far. That's a good shot. Just the 2 bounces and over the rope for 4. 100 up as well.
Brilliant partnership. Always very heartening and always very welcomed. Good footwork. Moved outside the line of that delivery in order to place that ball very fine away from the fieldsman at square leg. And the result is very good as well. 5th boundary for Herschel Gibbs, along with the 6th.
Tries to catch it, but to no avail. That's running away as well. This outfield is pretty quick down this region. That's going to run away for another 4 just.
A bit of room outside the off stump. A bit of pace on the ball. All he needed to do was just open the face of the bat and make sure to play that delivery away from the fieldsman.
That's going to be 4. That's going to bring up his 50 in fine style.
Beautiful throw. Signature shot from Herschel Gibbs. Likes to rock onto the back foot. Likes thumping the ball towards cover.
Got him! Just a little bit lazy on that shot from Herschel Gibbs. Abdul Razak has found the slightest of gaps through the gate, and that's the first wicket down. Just a lapse in concentration.
Dreaded sound of the ball hitting the stumps, and I'm afraid Herschel Gibbs has to walk back. Abdul Razak has struck for Pakistan. Too late. South Africa already 111 runs on the board.
So what a different it is. Who is the next man in? 25 years of age. He looks like he's been given just a nod of confidence from the selectors. Well, that's short and wide. Sweep on the offside. Will bring Dippenard down on strike.
And that's his 50. Very well played, Gary Kirsten. And that's experience for you.
It's a good shot. That's away. Plenty of time. Short ball. Pretty good pace as well. 145 k's per hour, but another boundary to South Africa. And Dippenard's first. And he's off the mark. 119 for 1. Shaun Pollock. Good shot again. Last ball, the last over disappeared in that region, and the first ball of this one also. So Dippenard's played another hook shot and got himself his 2nd boundary back of the square on the leg side. So Pollock certainly not bowling.
That's a beautiful shot from Put a Dippenaar. It's fired in full. Dippenaar comes back for 3. That's good running.
That is good running. I don't think the fielder chased after that with all intent, and Butter picked that up and so took the extra run, which again just keeps the South African side up. And nice shot.
Yeah, there was the captain, Makhaya. He was a little bit sloppy in the running chasing that ball, but mind you, he's a fast bowler. He's running hard. Bowled 6 overs. Pulled away beautifully by Kirsten. I think it'll be tagged down. Yes, it does. Let's pick up the 2. There wasn't a big appeal against Gary Kirsten early on in his innings, wasn't there, even?
Yes, there was. You know, it looked pretty in front, and so he was fortunate there. And he's had, but other than that, there was a drop catch, a chance for no ball. Those were the 3 sort of blemishes, if you can call them such. But the other rest of the innings, he's played superbly well. There was a very lovely controlled hook. He knew it was going fine, so he went for 2. Immediately went for the.
The disadvantage of going for the Yorker is if you get it wrong, isn't it? And he's had a couple of blemishes. You mentioned them now. Let's have a look at the LBW shot that was against him. Take us through this one.
Well, here it is. You see it pitching on, off stump, and just jagging back. I think the umpire might have felt he got an edge on it, I would guess.
It's swept nicely by Kirsten. That's the one weakness in this field, Vince. He's going to turn it around the corner with the spinners, Kirsten. It's a strong shot of his. Now that's a wonderful shot from Kirsten. He's picked it up beautifully in the log. He'll go all the way for 4. And that will bring up the 150.
Yeah, it's 152 now for 1. Just watch it coming round the wicket and just picks it up. Doesn't quite get it in the middle, but has enough batner to go over mid-on and confident. Just watch it comes in. There it goes. Didn't quite go through up with the shot. Just try to get it through mid-wicket, it looked like.
Well, that's nicely played. Some beautiful balance in that shot. That'll go all the way. Inzamam won't cut it off.
Yeah, even the new Slim Inzamam won't be able to cut that off. It struck it very sweetly. Hit it right up and just clipped it, is about the only word of description, but beautifully balanced. And the ball seemed just raced the boundary.
That brings up the 50 partnership between these two. Just 68 deliveries.
Very well ball. That's well played. Nice solid push from Butter Dippenaar. They're going to pick up 2. Dippenaar's going to look for the 3rd. Slight slip as he turns, but he'll be okay. Good running, good aggressive running from Dippenaar and Kirsten. Good shot. Just to the onside of the stumps. He's got enough on that to go for 4 as well. That's well played.
Butter Dippenaar takes him to 33, but this is up there for a long while. It's no half volley, believe me. The timing, absolutely exquisite. Beautiful straight blade. Positioning of the highest order.
Full shot, and he's found the gap. There's no one out there. 4 runs.
We really haven't seen the best of Butter Dippenaar, because he certainly has the ability. Just a touch short. Still takes some putting away. Dippenaar certainly equal to the task.
Very well ball, Shahid bhai, very well ball.
Short enough to be able to wait for it and just punched on the onside. They want to. Dippenaar's very, very quick between the wickets, and he's proved it again. 89 now, Kirsten. looking for 2, Kirsten. We'll be able to come back. No, he can't. Oh, slight fumble. Dipno didn't want to risk that run out that I was talking about. Brings up the 200 now for South Africa. 200 for 1. Commanding position. It's pulled away. Has it gone? Yes, it has. There it is. One-day international 100. Number 13 for Gary Kirsten. What a comeback. Congratulations, Gary. His teammates have certainly enjoyed that. What an outstanding performance.
Well, on the evidence of the bat being wielded like a wand, I'd say that Gary Kirsten and his mates really enjoyed that tremendously. I haven't really seen him ever be that animated about getting a ton, but we've described to you why, and well, he deserves it.
There we go. There's a look at the elation from Gary Kirsten. He's pretty pumped up, and why wouldn't he be? He thought he was out of the picture yesterday until he got the call. Just 5 required now to win this game for South Africa. 101 not out, 9 fours, strike rate of 86 is terrific. .41 overs gone, 210 for 1. Well, I suppose Gary Kirsten driving to the ground this morning, and the team coach would have been sitting there and hoping to get a bit of a start and then to go on and get a good total. The back of his mind, of course, would have been the 100, and that's the pull shot that brought him to this outstanding 100, and this will show us the celebration as well. But he couldn't have written a better script here. He's been given a lifeline by the selectors, or that's how it appears, for the World Cup. Needed to get runs today.
Well bowled, very well bowled.
And I think he's going to walk away with a Man of the Match award as well. So terrific stuff from Gary Kirsten.
Yes, one of my theories about cricket is that you very rarely give very, very good players second chances. That's also the 100 partnership, by the way. 111 for the first wickets and now 100 for the second.
Now there's just 2 to win.
Yes, back to my thoughts on second chances for good players. Imagine letting Viv Richards get dropped on naught and gets 100 and plenty. That's what happens with good players. He had a bit of a life with the LBW to Wacka Yunus. But he was quick to realise that and then cash in. Knuckle down, go and make it count. All the good players will drag themselves through that and score.
Oh!
A bit of sharp turn there from Shahid Afridi. Might come back for the second here. They've got one. They'll come back for the second, and that'll be it. That's victory for South Africa in this game, and also victory in the series. Shaun Pollock
in the West. My first duty to introduce you to those people who make up the presentation party. On my far right, and that's all the way along there, is, of course, Henry Paulser, who's president of Buland Cricket. On his left, Dion Muller, the head coach, and who was the adjudicator today for the Man of the Match award, and from our sponsor, Standard Bank, Glenn Nash. Now, our first award today is the United Cricket Board Standard Bank Award. It's a milestone award, and it goes to Mark Boucher, who today was the second fastest man to reach 200 victims as a wicketkeeper. Second only to Adam Gilchrist. 200 victims for Mark Boucher. Our first and only other award, other than the Man of the Match, and a batting award for his century. And now it is my pleasure to speak to the visiting captain of Pakistan, Mohammad Yousuf. Waka, bad luck. Not enough runs, really, hey?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Of course, we didn't get enough runs. We were probably 60, 70 short. That's why we are in this trouble at the moment.
Did you miss Wasim a lot, especially defending what might have been a mediocre total?
Yes, of course we miss him because, as you all know, he's one of the top new ball bowlers. So we really couldn't get a breakthrough early on, which we really needed, and that's why we lost. Probably.
I guess from a batting point of view, it's all about partnerships, this game, isn't it?
Yeah, we just kept losing it every interval. I would say every 5-7 overs we were losing wicket. That's why we were ahead. And I mean, some run-outs which were really not acceptable. But we got one more game. We'll probably give some youngsters a chance and see what they're like.
Good luck at Newlands.
Thanks very much.
Mohammad Yousuf, the captain of Pakistan. And now, of course, to collect the winner's cheque for today, 12,500 Rand. And the series cheque as well. Captain of South Africa, Shaun Pollock. So receives a bottle of Nederburg champagne, and being as Nederburg is one of the ends here, it'll, I suppose, taste better. Shaun, a very professional performance today.
Yes, it was. I thought the wicket was really good. And the guys stuck their task, bowled really well to only restrict them to 213. And then, you know, we talked about taking on the responsibility on the batting department, and the guys did exactly that. So it was a superb round of performance and just what we wanted to round off the series.
Again, did you have a number of overs that you wanted to get the runs in?
We didn't. We weren't giving ourselves a set target. Obviously, once they got ahead of the rate in the first 15, they could take it pretty easy. And we just wanted, as I say, the responsibility of being there at the end.
Another series win, you must be delighted.
Yeah, it is. We've played nicely during the series, and we've got one more game in Cape Town. We're looking forward to that. But I'd just like to also say to the crowd that came out today, we really appreciate all the support, and thank you very much.
Well played, Shaun. Well done. And let's hope that all of you here today can get down to Newlands as well to continue your support. Now the man of the match. Well, there weren't a lot of options, were there? And I don't think anyone will argue with Gary Kirsten. He is today's Stanek man of the match. Gaza. I've been looking forward to having you up here again. Well played. Enjoy your rest?
Yeah, geez, I had a long rest. Maybe they should do that more often. Give me some time off and then play every now and again.
But on a serious note, you opening the batting, which you have virtually up to this season for, what, 9, 10 years or whatever, the odd break can't actually hurt. It maybe hurts you inside a little bit, but it does do some good sometimes.
I've said all the way through my career that I think, especially when you're batting up front, it can be quite tough mentally, and it's not a bad idea every now and again to have a breather. Not quite as long as I had, but, you know, maybe a couple of games there and here.
Has it been an emotional few weeks? Have you thought that maybe your World Cup chances have gone? I mean, they're not etched in stone now, you know, either, as you know, and I know, and everybody knows. But did you have a bit of a downtime?
Absolutely. I mean, I've really enjoyed playing for this team over 9 years, and I was desperate to play in this World Cup, and I was playing bad cricket, so it was really up to me to, when I got the opportunity to do something, and, you know, hopefully this will stand me in good stead.
Well, let's hope you put it right today. Well played.
Thank you.
Gary Kirsten, a Stanek man of the match. For this, the 4th one-day international. There's one more to go at Newlands. Be there. It'll be a cracker. That's it from down here.